Hello, fellow traders. Tis I, the Rumpled One. Sunday, May the 6th, the year 2018. Let's talk trading weekly, open and gap. Yes, I missed a couple of days last week, Thursday and Friday. I was taking care of some union stuff. Those of you who didn't know, I was elected secretary treasurer of my sublocal, which is the biggest sublocal of the union in the state of Oregon. So I had to take care of some of that. Plus, it's getting near the summer. We're starting to have warm weather. So you may be seeing me not every day because I got to get out there and do some ranch chores. But anyway, let's get back to trading. Okay, second week of the month. Make sure your money and risk management is in place. And we'll take a look here and we can see we've got most of the gaps have filled. And we're still a couple here. Dollar Canadian needs to fill the gap. 16 pips. It got pretty close. See, we got a high 28.59. And you can see 128.60, but it still hasn't, it missed it by a pip. And the pound franc, high of 1,000,059. Last week's close 1,000,062. It missed it by 3 points. So you can see, even though if you've tried to fade the gap, you probably could have taken out and taken a few pips in that trade. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row hasn't tested it. So this might be a good time to short the pound, or the dollar franc, I should say, not pound franc. Well, let's see. Let's look at the pound here. Would be a classic buzzard reversal, 3 or more in a row. Now let's just look at the pound franc, and 3 or more in a row. Look at the size of those wicks on the weekly. Let's look at my favorite trader here, the euro yen. It seems like it's only 2 pips off the open. They really haven't decided which way to go yet here. And maybe we'll look at the euro. 1, 2, 3, another buzzard reversal in progress on the weekly. Let's move to the daily. Excuse me. You can see here we've got flip flop, flip flop. We're flip flopping right now on the daily. You can see here we've got 3 days in a row of red on the dollar yen. A nice move up there. 6 days in a row. We got 4 days heading down right now. And you can see here, buy zone trade. If you took that trigger, you had to scratch it or take a loss. Here you go, heading toward the pivot point. You probably shouldn't have taken that trade. You should have headed toward the pivot point here. Once again, it crossed back down. Boom, covered the pivot. That's what we like to see. And you can see there is a little clearance here between the red rat and green rat zone. And we already discussed the pivot. There it was. The open, and good for about 10 pips or more if you wrote it all the way down to almost hitting S1 on the pivot traders. Price action, it's pretty simple. Green at the line, red at the line. Once again, price action here, taken out, going into the previous session's wick zone. You see it went in and it came out, so you wouldn't want to take that trade going in. Here we go. Or maybe you would. We're just trading lines. We're not even thinking of wick zones here. Just green at the line, scratch or a couple of pips, red at the line, profit. Now we can talk about the wick zones. Price doesn't like staying in the wick zone, but you can see here we've got a pretty big wick zone. So price might be in here for a while before it escapes either one side or the other. Holo setup. Boom, boom, Harry hindsight, a few pips there. We had the open and it went up, and as you can see, it came back down. Just turned on the, I flipped over to this profile, so not much really happening here on time and sales. Same here, just looking at it. And for those of you who are playing with the RHIRBs, once again, you see there was a trigger here. Only 4 pips. Tried it again. Going back to the well the second time didn't prove very well to be profitable, but here you can see if you waited to take that short, there was a nice payoff of about, okay, come on here. We go from here. Okay, what's it doing? Why isn't, there we go. About 17 pips. Not a bad trade. So there you have it. So that's pretty much it on the weekly open and gap. You know, you're just going to be trading those open line crosses, looking for the gap fills here. We've got the Australian CAD. We got 2 pip, not much of a gap to fill. Dollar Canadian. It's possible to get that. We'll just have to wait and see which way price moves. And it doesn't fill it today, it may fill it tomorrow or the next day, or may not at all. But usually, as you can see, gaps fill across the board. So I haven't gotten many questions. And yes, I will still be working. I will definitely get the documentation out for the latest batch of indicators. I think I've got about 2 weeks of, well, let's see, the rest of this week, nothing political's happening, but we should be getting election results because I'm running for county commissioner somewhere on the 15th or 16th. I figure somebody will call me, let me know if I'm in the running or not on the 15th. I'm not staying up. I'm not staying up to see if I won the election. I'm going to go to bed, get some sleep, and then afterwards, then it'll be clear sailing. So anyway, I hope you guys had a good week, profitable week last week. Hope you have another profitable week this coming week. This week, starting today, maybe you don't trade on Sundays. You wait till Monday. I hope you put some pips in your pocket, in your portfolio. And as always, fellow traders, remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. TheRumpledOne signing off to go drain the banks.